Hey guys, it's Russell back, and on today's video I'm going to be testing out and reviewing Chemical Guy's car foam gun. Throughout these videos, a lot of comments have been made about how people can foam their car without having a pressure washer. Because all my videos where I test the car soaps, I'm using a pressure washer and an MTM foam cannon. So this is one alternative that I'm going to test out to show you that it is possible to foam your car without using a pressure washer. I've never used this before. I have seen these used. I don't know if it's going to do a good job. I don't know if it's not going to do a good job. We're going to find that out together. So first, let's go back inside and let me show you what exactly is in the box and how this is assembled. Alright, when you get your Chemical Guy's car foam gun, it's going to come in a box with all these pieces that you see. You've got a very high quality plastic container that's got markings for the soap, where you put the soap and then you fill the water up. This is an HDPE plastic. It's very rigid, so it will probably last you quite a while. You've got the spray nozzle here. You've got the, I'm going to call the valve assembly that fits onto the solution bucket or canister. And then you've got this right here, which is the nozzle that fits in here. Now I want to show you guys, if you can see this, there are 4 ribs inside here which correspond to the 4 extensions here. And what you want to do is you want to try to get it in the orientation where this fan right here is horizontal, and it just pushes right in just like that. Then this has a quick disconnect here. You just slide this on just like that. Now this will swivel and rotate, so you've got your water connection here. Now here's where the problem is. I don't know what quick connect this is supposed to fit. This is not a standard garden hose, at least not in my area, quick connect. So I will not be able to connect my garden hose to this. So what I did was I went to Lowe's and bought a standard quick connect fitting that I use on all of my hose accessories. This connects to my pressure washer. So what I'm going to be doing is removing this right here, this fitting. It just unscrews, and taking the male portion here and inserting it here so this will fit up to my hose. The product is fairly light overall. This is made out of brass. It looks like it's got brass fittings on the end for the quick connect. It has a brass valve here. The handle is plastic coated with some knurled, or not really knurled, but it's just like a rubber slit finish here that I guess is supposed to give you more grip. You can use this just on your hose alone with a fan. I don't know how this is gonna, what kind of stream is gonna come out, but we'll check that. In addition, you do get a 1-page instruction from Chemical Guys on how to use this and how to assemble it. Now the other thing that we need to note is that on the top here there is 0 through 5. You just turn this dial, and what this does is it changes the dilution ratio. So if you want really, really heavy foam, the heaviest foam, you would set it on 0. And inside the directions at the bottom here, it tells you what dilution ratio basically when you set it to 0 through 5 that you're getting. We're going to test all this out on the car. We're going to see what kind of foam we get. We're going to see if it's good as the MTM foam cannon, see if the foam is as thick, and well, maybe you guys would be able to add this to your car wash arsenal. First thing we need to do though is address this. Alright, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to change this out with this unit right here, and we'll do that next. Okay, so this is really easy to do. So to remove this, I'm going to take a 17mm wrench, and there are 2 flat places on either side of this fitting that your wrench can slide on, and it comes right off. And this feels like a nylon type plastic. Inside here is a white washer. Make sure not to lose that. I've got my brass fitting. This end fits my hose. You can see the difference in the size, the diameter. So normally you would take some Teflon tape and put on here. I'm not going to do that right now due to time constraint. And I'm just going to put that on really tight, hand tight. This kind of fitting is designed to be put on without tools. As you can see, there are no place for the wrench to go. Okay, so now this gun will fit on my hose end, and let's go outside and check the spray pattern. Alright, here is my quick disconnect on my hose. We've got the Chemical Guys spray head, if you want to call this, trigger gun. That goes right on there. I'll energize it. Okay, and it seems like it's fairly variable. So you could use this to wrench your car off, or use it as your regular spray head if you wanted, and just leave it on the car. Okay, so next what we need to do is we need to get the actual container where you guys can see it, and let's talk about that just real quick. Okay, so what I did was, off camera, I measured how much soap you're going to be putting in here, and this is 8 ounces of soap. So just keep that in mind. You're going to be using quite a bit of soap with this. You're going to fill it up 8 ounces here with soap, and then you're going to fill the rest of the water to this line right here where it says soap and water mix. Then we're just going to put this back on, connect the gun. I've already got this set to 0, and the way that you adjust this is you just turn it around. 1, that's a little bit less, a little less, until you get all the way to 5, which is the weakest dilution. We're going to start on number 0 to get the maximum foam. Again, make sure that this is horizontal. The way that this comes out is you just pull it out real quick, and I'm going to try to give you a close-up of the 4 grooves that go with the 4 notches here. And you can put it in all kinds of different ways. It can be kind of at an angle, but there's really only one way that this is going to fit. You can have it vertical if you want, or horizontal, and just give it a snug push and it'll click in, and it's not going to fall out. Alright, I'm going to be using the Rain-X foaming car wash because that's what I had closest, and I'm going to try to do this while looking through the LCD screen. Okay, so we've got 8 ounces of soap. I'm going to fill the rest up with water, and then we're ready to try this out. Alright, I've got the soap and water mixture to the line here. I've got everything set. Going to take my handle, turn the water on, and we're just going to take this and it'll quick connect on. I'm set to 0. Let's see how this foams. Okay, that was on 0. I'm going to change this to number 1. And let's just go all the way to number 5 and see the difference. Number 5. As you can see, there's much less foam, and it does apparently change the stream just a little bit. I'm going to put it back to 0. Okay, so basically the way that this is working is that it is restricting the water flow at the higher foam levels, and it is as you can see, the flow is less, and it's actually allowing more air to be drawn in. That's how it's creating more foam. Now I want you to see that I've used about a little more than half my solution when doing this. Now, can you use this as a pre-soak? Yes, you can. You can use this as a pre-soak. The foam is not near as dense as you would see on maybe the MTM foam cannon, not even close. But there are a couple applications where I could see this would be useful, and I'm going to show you that next. Alright, so I've got a bucket of soapy water, and I've pre-soaked the car. I'm going to take one of my lamb's wool wash mitts. I'm going to put the foamer back on here, and what this is doing is I'm keeping the surface lubricated. Okay, I'm going to flip the mitt over. Okay, and then I'm going to discard this to be put in the laundry. And then what you can do is just take your nozzle and rinse the car off. Okay, so what you're going to notice pretty much off the bat is that the foam is definitely not as thick and rich as it would be with the MTM foam cannon. Right, this guy puts out a lot of lubricating foam. No, it is not as thick as you would get with an MTM foam cannon. However, it's very good if you want to do a lubricating car wash, which is what I'm doing now. I kind of like this Chemical Guys car foamer, but you know what? I think it could be useful in other areas too. What else could I foam? Oh, Diesel! Diesel, come here, I got something for you to try out. We're going to try the Foam-A-Dobe program. Nope, stay. Stay. Oh yes. We just found another use for the foamer. Absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. He don't mind. He's a good test subject. Stand up. Stand up, buddy. Come on, stand up. Good boy. Makes washing your Doberman very easy. Okay, enough fun and games. What do I think about the Chemical Guys car foamer? I gotta be honest with you, at first when I saw it I thought, man, I'm not gonna really like this. I really like using the MTM foam cannon. The reason I like using it is because it gives such a thick, dense foam compared to this. However, there's actually some advantages to this. Number one, as you saw, I can wash my Doberman with it. And for those of you who are worried, no, I didn't use the Rain-X. I used his dog shampoo in here to foam him, and he actually liked it. But as a general rule, if you're going to do a hand wash and you have a hose, I'm going to use this if I don't have my pressure washer out. And the reason is the slickness and the luxurious foam that you get is just much more than you could ever get if you were just dipping your wash mitt in the bucket of solution and putting it on the car. It really does make a difference. The slickness was just off the scale, and it's just because there was a higher concentration of soap on there. So I will be using this anytime that probably off camera when I'm not doing soap reviews. A lot of times I don't need to do a pre-wash. So I'll just grab this, grab the hose. I've already got my nozzle here, and water just went all over me. But anyway, it makes it quick and convenient. Now what you guys didn't see is I had the nozzle in this hand. I was doing the wheels, spraying it, and I would just have these two fingers here and just pop it off and rinse the hose, the wheel down, and go on to the next wheel. It makes it very, very fast. You can put the soap on, do your cleaning, whether it's the paint or the wheels, and then disconnect it and spray it. So I highly recommend this product right here. I will definitely be using this more frequently. I'll again probably be soaping the dog. You can do the motorcycle. Anytime that I don't want to get the pressure washer out and I want to do a really good clean on the vehicle, then I'm going to be using this. What I'm going to do is, I got this off of Amazon. It had free shipping, I think, if you're a Prime member. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link to this in the description box below. So if you would like to grab one of these and use it yourself. The mitts that I use, people always ask me about my wash medium. I'm going to put a link to that also below in the description box. Now this fitting right here, you're going to have to find out if your hose, what kind of fitting your hose takes. I have standard fittings that fit on the garden hose. So they're all the same. That's why I changed this out. If the fitting that comes with this fits your quick connect that you have available to you in your area, then by all means use it. But if not, you saw how easy it was to change out. So guys, I hope that this was a little bit humorous and fun, and also gave you a good overview of what this product can do. I like it. I give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next video.